It should be understood very clearly by all of us that Hajj is a farz for every Muslim, whoever is able to afford that journey once in his or her lifetime. It is mentioned in Hadith numbered 1721 in Abu Dawud that it was reported from Az-Zuhri, from Abu Sitnan, from Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that Al-Aqra bin Habis asked the Prophet, peace be upon him, O Allah's Messenger, is Hajj every year or only once? He replied, rather only once, and whoever does it more, it will be voluntary. Here in this hadith, we learn that Hajj is compulsory upon a person, and that if he wants to perform Hajj several times after performing it once, then it will be counted as nawafil. I learned from this hadith that if you have the resources and the money and the facilities to go for Hajj, you should do it because it's your duty as a Muslim. Jazakallah.
Tabarakallah. We have three main points for housekeeping. The toilets are at the rear of the masjid, also where the exits are located. And please listen attentively.
I would now like to call Uncle Shafqat to explain the rules of the game.
My name is Shafqat Ali. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for coming, and I'm sorry you are having me here. We plan everything done by them. I just want to give a bit of background, what the guys did. I'm still trying to calm myself down. All the shortcomings are my faults, but we had to take that risk. So I'll give a bit of background how we started. I won't take more than 3 minutes, that's my target. Everybody talk about the youth thing, and we do as well. And we didn't know where to start. So that's how we started. We started with the Ramadan diary last year. We learned they needed a little bit more than Ramadan diary, which everybody know. Most of you know Ramadan diary. How many don't know about the Ramadan diary? Excellent. So all of you are familiar with. So what we did is say, look, how can we extend that? Because that we really enjoyed, but we didn't know how to carry forward. So we started together, put together as something, bunch of guys, we sit down and say, look, let's do something. So 3 weeks ago, we had a small meeting, 3 adults and 5 children. We sit down and we say, and we had good ideas, the guys put forward. Brother Ashif planned something which we presented in front of that closed group, which was our first trial session with us. And we named it like Hangout with the Youth, which is just, we took a name, said we need to start it. You know the best way to learn? Just do it. That's Prophet ﷺ did. All the things we are following from the Sunnah, and now I can go one by one, but I don't want to. We will do for another time, and we go through more longer session. So we say, look, we sit down, spend time together, and do it. So we started the first trial. We did what you did today. We started the physical 5 minutes, 10 minutes we spent there, and then we came back and we started to do like we're doing it. The objective of the program is simple, one objective: for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be in Jannah, inshallah. The sub-objectives are the two, how to get there. There are many ways. And in Ummah, in Islamic Ummah, everybody trying. And they're all right. All right. We took another direction, a step in the same path, but in the way we are trying to approach it, is to create an environment where our kids enjoy the deen by embracing it, by touching it, by experiencing it. So that's the approach. So there are 5 things you won't see in here. There will be no teaching. And there will be no session what I'm doing, it will be less and less one-way talk. No. We'll do things together. Like Prophet used to do, and they sit down, a little bit of talk, and then they discuss, and then the Hadith recorded, and they do things in the life by implementing those things, what the word of wisdom they get from the Masjid Nabawi. There'll be no homework or something you do, and there'll be no exam type thing either. Okay? There'll be no pressure, you do this, you do that. You do whatever you like to do. This is sometimes people don't take it very much there. But today's the last bit I'm going to say. What you saw there, there'll be a lot of bloopers. You know blooper? Who doesn't know what a blooper is? You don't know what a blooper is? Okay. You will see a lot of miscommunication. You will see a lot of mistakes, spelling mistakes. I'm just pulling my hair. What I'm going to do? But I have to take that risk. So the beauty of this program is 95% done by the kids. So I introduced my team, should I say my team. I introduced the team who pushed me here. Unfortunately, I have to take some of the things because it's my shortcoming. I couldn't fully give it to them. Still, I need to learn how to communicate everything there. So today's program coordinator is Brother Ashif Ali. His job was to plan the whole thing, make a running sheet of the program, which is I'm holding. This is our, which I had to actually disseminate, but we couldn't do it today. But normally, all the team players have a copy of this. We, inshallah, next time, because the time I couldn't do it, we should have always been doing this. We never had a trouble in any program for communication, but anyway. So we have an internet issue at the moment. So MC role you saw there. Why I mentioned that? So he is communicating with the MC who's holding up the whole session for us, and he knows who's doing what, and he's communicating with him. So he made this presentation with the help of MC and coordinator. They are communicating. So rest of the presenter you will see here. The program goes like this. There's another activity which is not in the plan, but we made it up, is some of the key events. We will say, look, this session will have a QA after that. So any important session, I'll communicate with the brother because we didn't plan it, but we planned yesterday. So Brother Umar got a responsibility. We'll say, this session is important, everybody attentive, we're going to have question answers. Okay? And question answers, whoever get the answer right, we'll give them the hasnat. We literally have hasnat money here. Money is the wrong word for this. We have a hasnat. Each hasnat worth 100 hasnat. Each card, we got cards. Shan, can I get the card from a bag? And you keep collecting those hasnat. At the end of session, you get the reward card, which you can redeem it for many things. We'll announce, we don't know yet, but you might get a free food. You don't have to pay for food. You might get a book, go bookshop and just say, look, these are the card. Can I redeem for the books? Then you can redeem for the bigger things. You say, look, I want to redeem my card to go for a free workshop here. So these kind of things. So yep, bring all the reward card as well. I will be holding this. So my duty is today to be work with the guys, sit down here, and I'll be more like a, you say, session. Yeah. So these are the things at the end. Make sure if you collect this, at the end you convert into this. Like in a school you do. You get the merit awards, then you get the principal awards, something like that. Okay? But this is all about good. There's no money. It's all about, you collect good to get more good. So this was not in a plan, so I just want to spell it out. This is something new we're introducing. Hopefully you'll give a feedback to improve it. The last part, oh goodness me. So I just close myself down here and stay till end. There'll be food afterwards as well. I will request MC to go through the quick plan of the session using this. You have just to know this is a part of the housekeeping. You give the whole plan so they know when they need to run away or something they need to hold on to it. So at the end, please, we need a MC. I'm requesting we need a 5 to 7 minutes for future plan. Don't if we have to skip some activity, we skip activity because after Maghrib I can't hold people up. So we need a 5 minutes to next plan because that's the more exciting. This is just a practice run, what we are doing. Jazakallah.
this is our plan for today's program. As we can see here, we have already completed the first 2 or 3. We've completed Quran recitation, Hadith, and what hasn't been mentioned here, which is Uncle Shafqat's rules for our hangout. And for upcoming, we'll have the history of Hajj speech, Hajj Ibadah step by step, and we will have Abdul Rahman giving the history of Hajj as well. We will have spending Eid al-Adha in footsteps of the Sunnah. We'll have a Nasheed sung by a couple of the presenters, and then after that we'll be closing, and then we'll have food and Maghrib, and that'll be the end of the program.
Food might go after the Maghrib if we have to, because we can't rush into food.
So, this brings me to our next performance by Hamza, who will be enlightening us about the history of the month of Dhul Hijjah.
This is, as I said before, this will be like a money part, and Brother Umar will have 3 questions. Each question worth 100 hasnat. So be ready for it. It's up to you, whatever is comfortable.
Assalamu alaikum brothers in Islam.
Just close the mic.
Assalamu alaikum brothers in Islam. Today I'm going to be talking about the month of Dhul Hijjah and a brief description of what happens in it, the history, the significance, and the most important part, the importance of the month. Dhul Hijjah is one of the sacred months in the Islamic calendar, particularly the second most favorite Islamic month by Allah. The first 10 days are the best 10 days of the whole entire year. It is also the month which Hajj is performed. It's 12th month in the Islamic lunar calendar. The actual pilgrimage rites takes place on the 8th to the 12th day of the month. According to the Prophet ﷺ, the first 10 days of this month are special time for devotion. So spending time in preparations of getting underway of pilgrimage and making the actual pilgrimage on this time of the month. In particular, the 9th day of Arafat is, and then after that is the 10th day of Eidun, the festival of sacrifice. Even for these who are traveling for the pilgrimage, this is a special time to remember Allah and to spend extra time in devotion with good deeds like praying. Ibn Abbas, may Allah please with him and his fathers, recorded that the Prophet ﷺ said, there are no days in which righteous deeds are more beloved to Allah than these 10 days. The people asked, not even jihad for the sake of Allah? He said, no, not even jihad for the sake of Allah, except in a case of man who went out giving himself his wealth of the cause of Allah and coming back with nothing. There are a few important parts in this month of Dhul Hijjah. Like an example could be the cutting of hair and nails. And Dhul Hijjah is not accepted for who are going to perform sacrifice. You should not cut your hair at the start of the month from the 1st until you have finished Yudaya, meaning the sacrifice of the animal. So that's the 1st to the 10th, or until you have finished the sacrifice. There's also a mazhab in the month of Dhul Hijjah. It is the 9th of Arafat, 9th of Dhul Hijjah. It is called Arafat. This is for people who are not performing Hajj. But for those who are performing Hajj, it is meant to fast the first 8 days. But the people who is or should not fast on the 9th day. Of course, these fasts are not compulsory and they are recommended. It is a particularly good to fast in the month, in the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, because of the day of Arafat. Fasting on this day is an expiation of 2 years. If you in where your minor sins for 2 years, the past last year and the upcoming first year will be forgiven. The 10th of Dhul Hijjah is the day of Eid al-Adha and is prohibited to fast on this day. It is haram to fast on this day and it should not be accepted in whatsoever. Arafat. The day of Arafat is an Islamic holy day in which the verse of the Quran is revealed which explain the said religion have been perfected. The day falls on the 9th of the day of Dhul Hijjah on the lunar Islamic calendar. Arafat was a place where Adam and Eve met once when they were sent down to reside on the earth. They came down on 2 different spots, but eventually met up to recognize each other and on this plane. Arafat means to be acquainted. So based on this opinion, Adam and Eve got acquainted to each other on the very land we call today Arafat. Hajj became valid when the day of Arafat is observed and witnessed by those who undertake the journey of pilgrimage. Regardless how long Hujjah stay in Makkah, it is missed that single day that even missed the whole Hajj. What are few things that are recommended to do in this month? It is recommended to pray more, fast more, and on the appropriate days, and say Allahu Akbar, La ilaha, and Alhamdulillah. It is found in the above mentioned narrated by Ibn Umar, Imam al-Bukhari, may Allah mercy on him, said, Ibn Umar and Ibn Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased, but then both used to go out in the markets and in the 10 days saying takbir, causing the people to follow them in action. He also said, Umar bin al-Khattab used to say the takbir in the minar in Mina, whereupon the people of the mosque hearing Umar would start to say the takbir, as would the people in the markets until the whole Mina was locked in gloriful of Allah. So in this month, we are recommended to do Hajj if you have the capability, as one of the brothers talked about. We should fast on the 9th day of Arafat, where your past sins, or the past last sin and the upcoming minor sins will be forgiven. And you should not cut your hair if you're going to perform sacrifice. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallahu khairan for explaining the history of Dhul Hijjah. Now I would like to call upon Ahmad to compose the history of Hajj, our blessed pilgrimage to the Kaaba.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmad and I will be presenting about the Kaaba. Before I start, I ask you to please make dua for the deceased people of the train crash in Masjid al-Haram. Please read Surah Al-Fatiha once and Surah Ikhlas 3 times. Ameen. May Allah forgive them and take them to paradise. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Kaaba is an amazing building built by our father Adam alayhi salam. Before humanity, there was a similar looking house called Bayt al-Ma'mur. This is where the angels pray. They pray there once, and when they come out, they never come back again until the day of resurrection. 70,000 angels are created every day, and as soon as they do, they are forced to perform salah in Bayt al-Ma'mur. This house is in the 7th heaven. Why exactly under Bayt al-Ma'mur is the Kaaba? It was first built by Adam alayhi salam. It was built like a rectangular prison. This house got demolished by the great flood in Nuh alayhi salam's time. Then Allah ordered Ibrahim to build a masjid. Ibrahim alayhi salam asked his son if he could help. Then they built a rectangular house in the purpose of worshipping the one God. It was made out of stone, but there was one stone that was black. It was white, but it turned black due to the sins of humanity. After this, the Kaaba was rebuilt a few times. I will name 4. The tribe of Quraysh rebuilt the Kaaba, but changed it to a cube due to the funds which were running out. Then, after the Kaaba was destroyed in 64 Hijri, it was reconstructed by Abdullah ibn Az-Zubayr. In 74 Hijri, Al-Hajjaj bin Yusuf al-Thaqafi, with the order of Umayyad Khalifa Abdul Malik ibn Marwan, turned the Kaaba back to what it looked like in the time of the Quraysh. In 1039 Hijri, 2 walls fell down. The reconstruction was under the guidance of Sultan Murad Khan. In 1996 or 1417 Hijri, the Kaaba was rebuilt with everything replaced except the stones. Thank you for listening.
MashaAllah. Okay. One thing we used to do, which we forget, as I said, still I'm in a panic mode, which I need to calm down. So we started to give the money hasnat to the people who contributed. So each performance worth 200 hasnat. The second thing which we used to do, which was, this is where we learn things. Brother Ahmad, can you come here? We start that again. That was our core learning procedure, or that was how we used to learn. So first of all, I want to know what did he did good. Anybody who just want to. By the way, the rule is says only kids will participate. If we request, we can ask any of the adult kids, but only kids participate. They give the feedback. If we ask any adult, they can contribute. Otherwise, they just stay behind. Yes, brother.
His information was very nice. Like, it was very clear. Like,
Okay,
I understood.
Yeah, MashaAllah. Yes, Arib.
He started off by requesting us to make dua.
That was unique. MashaAllah. Arib, you picked very, very well. Yes, brother.
He was very confident when he was speaking.
Yeah, that's amazed me. Actually, Ahmad improved a lot since last year. Yes, brother. Sorry, Fahad. Yeah.
He made the speech.
He made the speech. Excellent. MashaAllah. That's a good comment. Where he needs to improve? Hamza, yes.
Maybe memorizing a bit more.
Memorizing a bit more. Yes, it is.
Maybe he should have used the mic.
That was I was thinking. That's a good. That's good observation. Arib is pretty a bit alert today, which is really good. Okay, Tafal, you okay? Good, excellent. Jazakallah